Hello everybody, Walter here. Welcome to episode 19 of my Oxygen Not Included Let's Play series with the Space Dot in DLC. In the previous episode we finished setting up our liquid storage with an integrated cooling system and then dealt with some rather germy crude oil. And now that we have access to decent amounts of oil and thus petroleum, we can start working on our industrial break. But there are a couple of smaller projects I would like to work on beforehand, so let's jump back to our colony and have a look. And here we are, back at our oil biome with the currently still filled oil basin, which is slowly being pumped out, but that's still going to take a while, so we don't have to worry about this right now. Also, what I already noticed is this cool steam vent here is finally active again, so we are also finally getting a bit more clean water out of that, which is very nice to see. We are still waiting for this liquid reservoir here to be built so we can get a bit more petroleum in reserve, but for now, as I said, there are a few more other projects that have little to do with all of this here. And the first is getting some more brine, because, well, as you can see here, this reservoir is empty and the layer here is below 500 kilograms per tile, and subsequently the door here is closed. So that's the first thing I would like to do. And the way to create brine is cooling down salt water to around minus 10 degrees, and that is very nicely to see that we have already a good amount of salt water waiting here and a frozen biome which is thawed out anyway. So let's get our way in there and let's start by digging out in this area here, and while I'm there, let's also get those sleet weeds here. Yeah, don't really want to waste all of that. Would be, as I said, a waste. Anyway, I need a liquid pump, and I'm going to place it right here, where I have a decent amount of salt water around. And then I need to find my way over to the top there. So I'm just going to go straight over, and then up, and then over. Let's go one higher, and then let's drop that in right here. Yeah, that should work. And I might want to increase the priorities. So let's say for construction 7. I still need the liquid bridge. And I also need power. So this I can just get from over there. And while I'm waiting for all of this here to be built, I should make sure this is also dug out. So let's have a look at the priorities. Yeah, this is all prioritized properly. So I want to dig out all that's currently underwater or will be underwater, because I want to get my dupes out of the Atmo Suits, and that would require, or well, it would be counterproductive to have them out of the Atmo Suits and then working underwater. So I'm first going to do all the work down here and then work on the Atmo Suit problematic. And here we go. So now, as you can see, the salt water is flowing. I also decided to add a liquid valve here so I can throttle this throughput to maybe a kilogram per second. Since my main goal here is not thawing all of this here, but instead creating the brine. So I should give the salt water some time to actually cool down sufficiently fast. Well, I might as well also dig out this little spot here, so the salt water is not on top of abyssalite, but instead on top of the ice there. That might be a good idea. Wait, I had another idea. I might want to build my way down to somewhere around this height, and then I'm just going to dig out all of this abyssalite, especially since, as you can see here, this is minus 90 degrees roughly. That might be a good idea. While I'm here, I might as well start the excavation of this area here. I still need to dig out this part subsequently. And yeah, let's also increase the priorities for all of this. Yeah. So let's wait a moment until all of this here has been dug out and built. And then we should soon see some brine being produced. And that's what I was talking about. Now we are not even producing brine, but brine ice. And also we have already some solid carbon dioxide in our base. Since there is some carbon dioxide flowing in here and directly frozen via this rather cold area here. So very nice to see that. Yeah, that is a full success, I would say. Yeah, this can now run a bit in the background. We still need to wait until our tubes come by and build all of this. But that's already looking quite decent. Now let's have a look to the right. This is also advancing quite nicely. So we should soon be able to get our tubes out of the Atmo Suits. And Ashkan is almost done with excavating this little frozen fossil here. So let's have a look what kind of message we're getting. So fossil data decoded. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay. Ancient fossils and some more additional lore, but nothing overly interesting right now, I suspect. And while I'm here, I might as well dig out this part at the top. There is little chance of any saltwater getting in contact with that. And the saltwater down here, yeah, it's slowly getting colder. So we should very soon see this actually turning into brine. Very, very nice. And this again can run as a background process right now. I don't need to worry about this in the near future. This is also almost done. So now I think it's time to just wait until this part here has been built out. And here we go. So Gosman is done building, so we can now finally work on getting our dupes out of the Atmo Suits. But I'll have to wait until it's getting night. So until then I might as well work on getting the gas pump one layer down. Because, well, the water there is now quite a bit further down than before, and I don't want 2 full layers, or well, 10 tiles of height full of toxic gases when my dupes are still working around this area here. So let's get this done. Let's have a look. Gas pipes also needs to be extended. Yeah, and once this is done, I can get rid of this part at the top there. Just like this here. And now it's also time to get up to the living quarters, because pretty soon my dupes will actually start sleeping. And that's where we have to get a bit creative. So now all the tubes are getting in here and are leaving behind the Atmo Suits. And once I have all my 5 dupes of the shift 1 in here, I'm going to deactivate those Atmo checkpoints with the signal switches. And while I'm waiting, I might as well activate these 2 down here, since those will be needed again. So now I have all of them in there. Let's deactivate those Atmo checkpoints. Then I have to wait until my dupes get up and out. And a second now. And as you can see, now they are without Atmo Suits. Come on, Ashkan. Yep. And now I'm reactivating those checkpoints for the shift number 2, which is also going to sleep pretty soon. So let's speed this up a bit and wait until I have my second shift out of their suits. And here we go. So the second shift is out of the Atmo Suits. The Atmo Suits themselves have been left behind. This one here was broken, so it's actually ordering a new one, which I don't need. And now I can get rid of these Atmo Suits here. So let's simply clean up this part. I also won't need those pipes anymore. I'll for now leave those vents in there, but for the most part those are no longer needed. Then I will still have to get an output or a way to get rid of the oxygen in here. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to snip this off here, and then I'm just going to switch around the direction of those 2 bridges. So this one here is now feeding into the input for everything that comes below here. After some more thinking, I decided against the bridges here and just placed normal pipes, since once this here is empty and I'm switching back to the Hydra feed in here, I would have to switch them around once more. So that is not really necessary. A little downside here is, as you can see, the oxygen is at 65 degrees, so I'm now heating up my base. So I might want to go a bit lower with the temperature here, so to counteract a bit. Yeah, that might be a good idea. So, next on the agenda, let's have a look. In a few seconds I will get another tube. But for now, the next step is getting an Atmo Suit checkpoint in here because my tubes are now out of Atmo Suits. And I have 90 plus degrees over here and that would just broil them to death. So, let's grab a checkpoint, switch that over, put that in there, and then 1, 2, 3, yeah, let's go with 4. Then some mesh tiles. And yeah, let's add another mesh tile up there. And let's also dig out this part here while I'm there, so I don't have water on top of my Atmo Suits. So, next up, I need power and I need oxygen. So, let's have a look. Those can be connected like so. And then I'm going to grab my oxygen, yeah, directly from the top. Why not? Doesn't really matter much. And yeah, let's go to the side here. This will be semi-temporary. At some point I will have to move that to another place. Or completely remove it once I have dug out all of this. So, yeah. So, that's done. Now let's have a look what we can print out. So, we can get not really useful dupe. We can get a very useful dupe. Yep, I think Travaldo is another farmer and rancher. We will have need of more of those pretty soon. So, we have finally another dupe. Very, very nice. Now let's put him in the correct shift. He's the first one in shift 3. He will have to prioritize, let's see, obviously the farming and the ranching. And otherwise he will do storing, tilling, supplying, life support, so the usual stuff. Then skills. Travaldo gets, let's see, improved carry, or do we, yeah, let's go with improved farming for now. Yeah, that looks good. Very nice. Okay, so. But as I said, now I need to wait until this here is built and then I can put in the corresponding Atmo Suits so my tubes are no longer in danger over here. So now with the safety of my tubes ensured, it's time to finally start working on my industrial brick in this center area here. And the first thing I need to build is a steam chamber over here. So let's get started with, for now, just 2 normal tiles here. And then I'm going to use insulated tiles out of ceramic since this might get a bit warm in here. So this needs to be 11 wide in total. So like that. Ceiling in there, and I also need a liquid lock to get a vacuum later on. Let's place that in there. Then let's make sure the bottom is built first, so I can already plan out my floor out of diamond tiles. Then next up, let's grab a thermal cartoon out of steel, place it here. And while I'm there, let's also grab the temp shift plates already. Yeah, let's go back and forth like that. Then I need 2 liquid reservoirs out of steel, one here and the second there. And then in plumbing I need the liquid pipe thermosensor, one here and then 2 in those corners. Those need to be connected with some wire to the aquatuner and those go straight up for now. Then in pipes. Let's grab some liquid bridges. I'm going with ceramic since this, as I said, might get a bit warm. And up there. Similarly, the pipes on the inside here should be ceramic. Well, igneous rock should be enough, but I'm just going to be on the safe side here. Like so. Then the normal pipes or the normal materials can go on the inside of those insulated tiles here. Next, for this part here, I'm going to use gold. I go straight down, then straight up. And then I loop through this system here. Yep. just like that. Perfect. Now I mustn't forget about the input of the steam turbines later on. Those go there. The aqua tuner also needs some power. This might go... Yeah, let's go straight to the right there. Should also be built first. Then I will need some liquids in there. So let's put the bowl emptier there. And I'm going to need a vacuum. So let's put the gas pump here for now. Let's connect this here and temporarily to over there. That should do the trick. I'm also going to fill those reservoirs here with the petroleum from over here. So let's have a look. How can I get that done? I'm just going to use the first two for that. And then, yeah, let's just go over here. Then in there and in here. And here it's the opposite direction. Over there. And since I want to make sure I only connect one of those to one of those, I'm disconnecting this temporarily. Okay, so this should be all I need to plan out for right now. So let's get this built, then closed up and get a vacuum in there. And there we have our vacuum. So now we still need to wait until the second reservoir here has been filled in, but we can already get rid of these two parts, also of the power connection and the piping. And now we can already start filling in the proper liquids. And the first liquid will be a full layer of petroleum. So unfortunately I can't really access any petroleum right now with a pitcher pump. So I'm going to just delete this liquid reservoir and then I will have the 5 tons of petroleum just lying on the floor. And while I'm here I might as well already get rid of this reservoir. It's also no longer needed. And yeah. Once I have, let's say, 1 or 2 bottles of petroleum in here, I'm going to put in a couple bottles of water on top of that. So, 100 kilograms of water should translate into 50 kilograms of steel per tile. So that is definitely enough. So let's get rid of that one. Then I need to close this off. Let's wait until the tube comes by, because I still need to get rid of the debris that's left behind. Yeah, very important this happens before this is closed off. So, next up, let's have a look. Yeah, let's reconnect this pipe here. Yeah, this is emptied out. Good. So, now, one thing I would like to do is connect the output of the oil refinery here to my reservoirs here, so I get a full layer of petroleum in there and can open my door. Ethanol, yeah, let's go to 50 kilograms per tile for that. It's not an issue if it's used up, and for now the only real issue would be the petroleum here. So for that I need to get the petroleum down, and I have a pipe going up here a bit later anyway, so I might as well use that for this for right now, temporarily. So let's put in a couple of those liquid bridges. Then let's disconnect those here so they get emptied out. Let's connect this, and then let's go to this side here so I'm not completely blocking off this pipe. And at the top here I need to get over here with a bridge, and then I'm just running into the pipe there. So this is now done. I can mop that up. I can remove the tile up there. And on top of this I need steam turbines, and let's go with copper. 2 just like that. The steam turbines need power. The power comes from the side over here, and we'll go over there. I need also one more here, and then let's see, this goes straight over, then down, then over, just like that. Now obviously I need to stop the connections here and replace them with some bridges, which should be prioritized over the rest. Then I can put in a door here and the beginnings of another floor right there. And then I can also get rid of these parts. Now the next bit is going to be a bit more fiddly, so I'm going to grab my metal refineries out of ceramic. One goes in this corner and then two over the second one. And now for the pipes. So let's get started. The first thing I need to do is grab a ceramic pipe and place it here and then connect it to the output of that refinery here. Then a granite pipe goes here and the second one I will figure out a bit later. Yeah, then I need a normal igneous pipe, one here, the second one here. This is the output of the two steam turbines, which connects to over here. Then I need a pipe going up here and connecting these two here. This one here goes straight up and will go over there, so I need the bridge right there. And now I need to squeeze in a couple of granite bridges here. This is for the cooling loop, which will go just over there, then over here, and continue in this direction. And over here with just normal pipes. So I still need the connection there, but that is not too hard to fit in. So that's this part done. And then the last bridge should be going right there. Yeah, that looks like everything is connected up. Yep, that works. Power I will worry about in a moment. But for now, let's continue over here. So let's start with the parts of a floor here. With some doors to the side. Similarly, I need a floor down here with an airflow tile there. Those here can also go. And I can already start planning in, at least in this part of the next layer. So, now in here I need a heavy rod joint plate, which will connect to down there. Then small transformer in those places, and then big ones next to that. Same at the top. In here I have space for two stations. The first one is the power control station, which goes right there. And the second one is the where is it? Skill scrubber. And that goes right next to that. Then I can connect everything up. So let's go, and then let's go up there, and then over there. That should work. At the bottom I also need to just connect this all. And actually, I need some more heavy rod joint plates, like so, for the connection to the lower floors. The parts in here I will build a bit later. So then let's connect already those two. They will also be the power for the aquatuner over here and a bit more stuff at the top there. And now I can connect those metal refineries with some of the power transformers. They need to be on separate wires though, so let's go. And the first one goes through here, then down there over a bridge, and the other one goes down here, also over a bridge. Then bridge up here, bridge up there, last one there, another one there and here. And while I'm there, let's also add one more there, so I can go up with some power later on. Yeah, that's looking good. Now, let's put in a ceiling. I need two lowered ones there, then raised ones there. I can put an airflow tile here. Then more of a ceiling here. And then I need two raised blocks there. Then let's get rid of this one here. And then I can also remove the other ones. But this one here is the more important one, because I need airflow tiles to either side. And then on top of those I need bottle emptiers. Let's go with granite. Those will be not temporary, so look might be a thing to think about. So this ladder here needs to go. Anyone coming around? Yeah, Cosmo. So then in its place, I'm going to put a pump, and yeah, gold is definitely enough. This pump here needs some power, and we already have the power wire for that right here. So let's go with that. Let's go so here. Yeah. Yeah, that looks a bit cleaner. So then I need to connect this pump here to this pipe here at the bottom. So let's get this done. First, I'm going to go straight down. Oh, well, let's actually start with the cooling loop going through here. And there will be a heat producer on top, so I might want to go through here. And I don't really need to cool the air, so I can spare some gold here with normal metals, normal materials. Similarly here the wall. But I still need to get down. So from this one here I go straight down, so I can go with a bridge right there. Then straight down, straight over. And then I need to get into this pipe at the bottom. So let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go and do it in this way. That way, when something comes through this pipe here, it has priority over whatever is coming through this pipe. Just to be on the safe side and make sure this here won't overflow, or at least to decrease the chance of that happening. So then down here, I might as well put in another 2 transformers and connect them up. And that one there. Those 2 here actually need to go. I need a few more floors down here, 2 high each. And also with those in place. So then we have this one here, we have this one here, and we have finally this one there. Okay, then up here, almost forgot, we need 1 more of those transit tubes with an access at this height. And then, yeah, let's put in this one here. I need to move this one here down by 1, just so it's in line with the actual floor. Over here, I don't need to do that. Then a normal tile in there. Those in, and while I'm here, I might as well start connecting those here. So let's go with buildings. I need to snip this off here, 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 and there, and here. As well as there, and also here, and here, and also in those places here, because now I'm going to put in 1 here, 1 there, 1 there, and then I can start connecting them via a line of transit tubes all through those spaces here, and can start making a little network here. Just like that. And then over here, we're now just going straight over, and we have 1 more there. And do I already have any in here? No, I don't. That is something I might as well do too. Let's put this in the middle there, as well as here, and here, and there. Then I need those connections here. Then there. Power for these will be done in a bit, but again I need to disconnect these here, and then I can again connect them to. Do I already have a connection somewhere? Yeah, here. Straight up. Just going a bit further than I need right now, in case I need a connection somewhere. So. And then last connection. Yeah, that is looking much cleaner already. I might as well go straight down here. There will be definitely something below here. I'd like to replace those here later on with also some of those transit tubes. But for now, that is enough stuff to build. So let's wait until my dupes have gotten all of this here done. And Ruby is about to finish with the last missing transit tube access, which was also the last missing building order over here. So the tube network is built. I already saw 1 or 2 dupes actually using it, coming from over here to down there. So that's very nice indeed. Let's over here actually... Oh, there's one more letter in the way. Let's already start filling in those here. And then once that is done, the last one there, I can also already start connecting them. Shouldn't be... Wait, that was the wrong one. Down there. Here I can actually go straight over. And then the last missing one right here. So that's the power brick done. I can close this off to the side with some tiles. Now up here I would like to add a couple ladders on top so my dupes don't take an involuntary bath if they want to go from one side to the other. Those 2 bottle emptiers I also need to set up, and essentially I'm moving everything except for the molten gold in there, and auto bottle disabled, very important here. Same for this one, and then this one here I can deconstruct, it's no longer needed. So that's very, very nice. Next up, let's make sure those are set up properly. I want to cool once I'm above 30 degrees, and I only want to enable those two when I'm concerning the coolant below 250 degrees. Just like that. And yeah, I still need to connect those two. So that is all I need to do over here. And well, with that more or less done, I might as well clean up the part down here, because I don't need this metal refinery anymore. I have a functional metal refinery now at the top. So let me very quickly clean up all of this mess right here. And that's looking much better already. So next up, let's clean up all of this here, so we are not having all of this debris around, except for those two. And while I'm here, I might as well start melting some more plastic, since I don't have really filled this naphtha reservoir here yet. And it looks a bit strange. Now, let's have a look. What kind of dupe are we working with? We have copper. Okay. We have anemic. Nope. We have noodle arms. Nope. And we have another digger, but I'm not really looking for one of those. So let's go with the copper one. It's the best options of those I have. So anyway, this is all being cleaned out. We should also... Yeah, I think, yeah, Max is coming around and providing some more plastic, so we are getting some more naphtha being made. Once Travaldo has done his job, I'm going to disable this. For now, I think about a ton of liquid naphtha should be well enough. So, anyway, I was going to talk about this power block here. We have 4 sets of transformers here. The top one will be reserved for the buildings in here, and the other 3 will be used to power this area here, then the kitchen area, and then finally those transit tubes here. And that's where I would like to start. So let's grab a power wire and run this all the way to the bottom there. Like so. Now, this wire here needs to be rewired, so let's have a look. Do I want to go straight down, then over? Let's go over like that, then I can get rid of these connections here. Then let's have a look. I need to connect all of these parts here. So let's say we do this like this, and then we go straight over. And I have to look where I want to go with that in a moment. This also needs to go, as well as this connection. Then we have our connections here. So as I said, this one here at the top will be used for over there. Then the next one is this one here, which needs to be moved down, like so. Then we have this wire here on the side, which also needs to be moved down. And we finally have this one here. So let's have a look. This one here goes straight over and powers the transit tubes. Then the next one will be the kitchen. So this goes over here. And yeah, let's just go down and then over here. And there. Then I can also get rid of this connection here. Yeah, that should be all I need to do here. And then here I still need the last connection, which will go straight down and then over. Yeah, that should be all I need over here. And I might as well connect this. It's not really needed, but it looks a bit strange otherwise. So, okay. Now let's get all of this here built. So down here at the Brine factory, I noticed that, well, this area is already getting too warm due to the heating from the side here to actually produce anymore. So I decided to add just a simple tile here, which forces the salt water in direct contact with this super cold area here, which even directly freezes into brine ice. And as you can see, there is already quite a bit lying around, plus pretty much a ton of brine already down here. So, well, once all of this here is thawed up again, I should have way more brine than I'm going to need for this. Anyway, yeah, I just noticed this pump here is no longer within the water, so let's move that just a step down, just like in this here. And now we are finally getting once more clean water into our pipes. Perfect. Now let's have a quick look at the top, how the construction is being done. Yeah, this is all finished. We are still missing a few of those wires here, but this is also coming along quite nicely. So I think this is a good point to stop with this episode right here. So what did we manage this time? Well, quite a lot. For one, my dupes are finally out of the Atmo Suits, which means for one, they do get again some debuffs like sopping wet. And I have to make sure that my dupes get into an Atmo Suit when it gets really dangerous. But for the most part, this is a trade-off I'm willing to live with, because my dupes are now much faster and my Atmo Suits don't get worn down all the time. Furthermore, we finally started working on the industrial brick with power supply, which is also nicely hooked up, for the most part at least. And we also now finally have a transit tube that is connecting the various parts of my base, so my dupes get back and forth a bit faster. And that brings me to the actual end of this episode, which I hope you enjoyed. Please like, share and comment if you did so, it really helps with the algorithm. Independent of that, I wish you a nice day and well, see you!